Filters are the circuits which remove the unwanted signals from many signals. There are different types of filters as far as frequency is concerned. One is called as low pass filter, which filters or which allows only a set of low frequencies and block higher frequencies. This is called as low pass filter. Second one is high pass filter, which allows some high frequencies and block low frequencies. Or the third one is called band pass filter, which allows a portion of the frequency spectrum. So these are the frequencies filters. But I am going to discuss about now not these frequency filters. I am going to discuss about a filter which blocks these AC components from a pulsating DC. So those filters, there are many such filters basically. So this is one part. Another part here is, first one is called series inductor filter. Second one is called shunt capacitor filter. These are the two basic filters which blocks AC from a pulsating DC. So using a combination of these two, we can have other filters also. One is called as LC filter. It is a combination of series inductor filter and shunt capacitor filter. Another one is called pi filter, which is a combination of shunt capacitor filter, series inductor filter, and again a shunt capacitor filter. So here L means inductor. Now we discuss about these filters now. Now you take the pulsating DC from a rectifier. Normally we use a bridge rectifier. So this is the output of a bridge rectifier, which is a pulsating DC, which consists of both AC as well as DC. Now this is the peak voltage Vm. This is 0. This is T. This is V. This is the output of a pulsating DC, bridge rectifier, which is a pulsating DC. You apply this to a series inductor filter. What do you mean by a series inductor filter? The inductor is connected in series with the load. If this is the load, the inductor is connected in series with the load. This is RL. Here you take the output. Now, what happens here is, when this signal is connected, you know the working of an inductor, it always opposes the change by inducing a negative EMF. So that is V is equal to minus L into di by dt. Now when this signal is applied to the filter, this consists of variation in the current. So that variation in the current is blocked by this inductor, and only the DC will be allowed through this. So what you get is, we get almost a constant DC. So this is the output voltage, that is VDC of a series inductor filter. This is the series inductor filter. Now the pulsating DC is removed and almost the constant DC voltage is obtained using this series inductor filter. Now coming to the next, that is the second one, that is called shunt capacitor filter. What do you mean by shunt? Shunt means parallel. A capacitor is connected in parallel with the load. So you take again the pulsating DC. This one, this is Vm, this is V, this is T. Now you apply this to a filter where a capacitor acts as a filter which is connected in parallel with the load. This is C, this is RL, this is V0. Now the working of this is completely based on the charging and discharging of a capacitor. What is the charging and discharging of a capacitor? You take a capacitor here. I am not taking the resistor, I am taking only the power supply or the battery and a capacitor. Now this is the voltage across the capacitor I measure, VC, let us say. This is V. Now initially let us say VC equal to 0. Now I will apply V equal to 1 volt. Now the current will start flowing in the capacitor. So the charges are accumulated on the plate of the capacitor with this polarity. How many charges? Charges which are required to get the potential is equal to 1 volt. So that means the current flows in this way. I will increase the voltage from 1 volt to 2 volt. Now here it is 1 volt, here it is 2 volt. Now there is a potential difference and the current will flow from higher potential to the lower potential. Again the current will flow, charges will flow, and you know that as the charges are increased, the potential also will increase. Therefore the the voltage across the capacitor will be again 2 volt. Now immediately when you apply 2 volt, the voltage across the capacitor become 2 volt because there is no resistor in the charging path to oppose the flow of current. So therefore immediately when I apply 2 volt, the capacitor voltage attains 2 volt. From 2 volt I'll apply 5 volt, increase to 5 volt. Now here 5 volt, here 2 volt. Therefore again the capacitor will charge to a voltage of 5 volt immediately. Now let us say the voltage is now 5 volt. I will decrease in this direction. 5 volt, 2 volt, 1 volt, or 5, 4, 3, 2, 1 anyway. When I apply, let us say 2 volt, the capacitor voltage should decrease because the capacitor will retain the charges as long as there is a supply of charges. Now here when the voltage is reduced to 2 volt, the capacitor cannot charge, it has to discharge, but the capacitor cannot discharge through the source. If you provide a path, say here, in the form of a resistor, the charges will flow through the resistor and these positive charges will combine with these negative charges and they get neutralized, few charges. Therefore the potential will decrease. So this will take place till this voltage becomes this voltage, that is till 2 volt. From 2 volt again I will decrease to 1 volt. Again what will happen after some time? Now it will take some time to discharge because in the discharging path there is a resistor. So discharging will take some time, charging will take in that instant. So this is the basic principle of a shunt capacitor filter. Now here what happens? This is the pulsating DC. So here I'll rewrite. This is pulsating DC in the dotted lines. Now from here to here the capacitor will charge at the instant with the input voltage. So the voltage across the capacitor will be this much. Now when it reaches the peak, then the voltage to the capacitor decreases. So here it was initially 5, then it decreased to 2 volt, like that. During that moment, the capacitor will discharge through RL, this RL. If RL is very large, then the capacitor will slowly discharge. When it is discharging, the second pulse of the pulsating DC comes and it will charge the capacitor. See, when the voltage to the capacitor is more than the voltage across the capacitor will charge. So it will charge again. Again it will discharge. Again it will charge. So altogether you get a voltage like this, almost a constant. So this is DC. Now if you want more filtering action, what you have to do is you have to connect a larger value of RL. That sometimes may not be possible because RL is not in our hands. The load resistor may be anything. Therefore what is done is, normally the capacitor value is made larger. If the capacitor value is made larger, RC time constant will be large. RL into C time constant. If RL into C time constant is large, capacitor will slowly discharge and you get accurate or more DC voltage. Next type of filter is a LC filter. It is nothing but a combination of series inductor filter and a shunt capacitor filter. So here you apply the pulsating DC. Now it is like a double filter. Few AC component will be filtered by this, but there will be few AC components which pass through this. Those AC component will be blocked by this capacitor. So it is nothing but a combination of series inductor filter and the shunt capacitor filter. So here you connect the load. This is RL. This is called as this is called as LC filter. Next one is called as pi filter. What is pi filter? It is nothing but a combination of three filters. One is shunt capacitor filter, another one is series inductor filter, and third one is shunt capacitor filter. And here the pulsating DC is applied. C1, L, C2. Here the load resistor, and here you get the output voltage. So here some amount of AC will be blocked, some amount of AC will be blocked here, and finally the remaining AC will be blocked by this or filtered by this filter. So here you will get almost a DC voltage. Now the total bridge rectifier becomes, by after including this filter, is this. So this is the transformer, step down transformer. Here there is a diode here, there is a diode here, there is a diode like this, and there is a diode like this, and the load is connected between these two. To have more clarity, I'll write like this. I'm not changing the points between these 2 points only. Now here you connect a shunt capacitor filter. So let us say any filter will do, shunt capacitor filter, and this is the load resistor RL. And here the output DC, you will get the output DC, and the output DC will be this. This is T, this is V, DC.